Happy New Year, my friends. It's Nick back with a love fix, cutting through the BS so you can get through your breakup as easily and as healthily as possible. It's great to be back, guys, after a much needed rest. I hope you enjoyed the holiday and ate your fill of those wonderful holiday foods. I certainly overindulged a little too much, and as a result of that, I have gained a few pounds. So today, I start a weight loss cut for about 6 to 8 weeks to stabilize my holiday weight. Hey, that's the price we pay for having a good time. Today, I'm going to talk about why getting your ex back might be overrated and possibly not the right move for you. So, it's 2022, and many of you may be using the birth of a new year to refocus, and maybe you have aspirations of getting back with your ex and reconciling, and that's fine, that's okay. If someone were to reach out to me and say, hey Nick, I want to reconcile with my ex, how do I go about it? I will give them the best advice possible whilst managing their expectations. But today, I'm going to challenge that and say getting your ex back might be overrated and is quite possibly more painful than actually sticking with a breakup. We have to ask the real reason why they're coming back. What is the real reason for them coming back? Is it genuine desire, or are they feeling the cold reality of their decision? You see, them leaving you had consequences. Your silence was the response. Your silence was the evidence of you accepting the reality of their decision and bossing it like a champ. Your silence set the tone and set the consequences. In effect, you took control of the frame of that particular breakup. You chose not to be with me. So, here are the consequences. You choosing to walk away has consequences. You telling me you don't want to be with me is okay. This is how I will respond. No contact. You will get my silence. Merry Christmas. I give you the gift of my silence. So, did their genuine desire bring them back, or did your mature, strong, no contact response spike their anxiety to a sufficient level that they acted out of desperation of being alone? And that's a question that I think needs answering sometimes. Don't get me wrong. If your goal is to get your ex back, then you've had the desired effect with you going no contact. But are you getting a better deal if they do indeed come back? You've had to go away and level up. You took it on the chin and you accepted your ex's feedback of you, of you were not doing a good enough job for that relationship to work. You worked on yourself to the point where you're now beyond that version of yourself, and you're likely beyond the version of your ex the last time that you saw them. So, have they done the same and worked on themselves, because they got shit wrong as well? Are they stuck where you left the relationship? They are asking you to reconcile, and now the advantage lies with you. You get to set the terms of the reconciliation. Although you have things to work on, and by now you should be well on your way to doing so, you've learned the value of boundaries, self-worth, self-validation, and your awareness is that you now see your ex for what they truly are. An imperfect person who gets shit wrong just like the rest of us. So, with you armed with that knowledge, very politely take them down for the pedestal and just view them as another average human being. The fact is, guys, unless you cheated, abused them, or you are incredibly needy and insecure, you should be asking your ex, what will they do different to help this reconciliation? Most of you will fail here because most people, shall we say, resurrect the old relationship, but that relationship died and it failed and we need to leave it buried. But there are a lot of people that I've spoken with that they will quite happily take a bad, toxic relationship over no relationship out of the fear of being alone. And guys, this is a 1-1 ticket to breakup number 2 with the same person. But if you and your ex both level up, establish new boundaries, and you can agree to each other's boundaries, you have a shot. If they can't respect your new boundaries, then they never respected you in the first place, and they can exit. In conclusion, if they do come back, think very carefully under what conditions you will accept them back. They are asking to enter back into your life now, so set your boundaries. Obviously, these have to be reasonable and not something outrageous like you can't have any friends or some bullshit like that. No, it has to be a reasonable boundary. Hey, those bad words that you were saying towards the end of the relationship, you can't say those anymore. Yeah, your lack of communication, I don't appreciate that. You need to communicate better with me, and so on. So, in all honesty, guys, 99% of reconciliations will fail. Most people are just fundamentally incompatible from day one, but they stay together due to a lack of boundaries and self-worth and self-awareness. Moving on to get you back and finding someone better than your ex is often the better choice. It's often better than the reconciliation, because can reconciliations work? Yes, they can, but most people have fundamental incompatibilities from day one, and that's a design flaw. So it's a case of we have to just leave it buried, learn from it, redesign, rework it, and move on. Your ex coming back is one thing. Establishing a new relationship and constantly working on it is something else. Both people have to be prepared to let go of their egos and self-projected legends of their own stories for this shit to work. If your ex isn't on your level after you've worked on yourself, well, my friends, the motionless must vacate, because they will keep you stuck there, right there with them. Many reconciliations are more painful, draining, stressful, and anxiety driven than an actual breakup. Unless you're married, in most cases, I would recommend moving on, because there are better people out there. You will also have to learn from the breakup. Pain plus reflection equals growth, which equals happiness. So give your time to reflect and choose your pain. We can't avoid pain, but we can choose the pain that we want to endure. Why would we want to endure someone that's already rejected us? Release them into the wild and let them be gone, because the world is bigger than your ex. This year will be bigger than your ex. And if you set your focus, you set your goals, you become comfortable in your own skin, you will be unstoppable. And pretty much in my experience, the reason I find most people get so hooked up on their breakups for so long is because they don't have anything else going on. And that's not a judgment. That's not to look down on anybody. That's just an observation. And hey, I've done that in the past myself. But if you've got enough shit going on, yeah, the breakup still sucks, but it won't be as bad. And it won't last as long. So set your goals for this year, guys. And I've set goals for this year. There's a certain level of fitness in the gym that I want to reach, a certain level of strength, a certain amount of views and content I want to put out on this channel. I want to earn a certain amount of money this year. I want to do things in my day job. I want to improve social aspects of my life. I've set targets for me and my drumming to be better in those areas. I want to buy more property this year. I want to read more books. So it's nothing grandiose. It's just if I do, and if you do enough baby steps to achieve a big step, yeah, you'll still think about your ex. But you'll be so focused on your own shit and achieving greatness for yourself, It just won't hurt as bad. And that's all I've got for today. As always, if you want one-to-one coaching on your personal breakup situation, you can email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com and we can set up a voice coaching session over Zoom. The details are below in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for helping me grow the channel. You guys are amazing. Take it easy. I'll see you on the other side.